The Sunday school lessons for October 20th, 2024 are Praise for Deliverance and Dinnertime. Isaiah chapter 25, verses 1 through 10a. Welcome, viewers and subscribers, to my channel, Read With Me. I am Audrey. This is an audio reading of the lesson and lesson summary. Verse 1. Lord, you are my God. I will exalt you and praise your name. For in perfect faithfulness you have done wonderful things, things planned long ago. Verse 2. You have made the city a heap of rubble, the fortified town a ruin, the foreigner's stronghold a city no more. It will never be rebuilt. Verses 3 through 5. Therefore, strong peoples will honor you. Cities of ruthless nations will revere you. You have been a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm, and a shade from the heat. For the breath of the ruthless is like a storm driving against a wall, and like the heat of the desert. You silence the uproar of foreigners. As heat is reduced by the shadow of a cloud, so the song of the ruthless is stilled. Verses 6 through 7. On this mountain, the Lord Almighty will prepare a feast of rich food for all peoples, a banquet of aged wine, the best of meats and the finest of wines. On this mountain, he will destroy the shroud that enfolds all peoples, the sheet that covers all nations. Verse 8. He will swallow up death forever. The sovereign Lord will wipe away the tears from all faces. He will remove his people's disgrace from all the earth. The Lord has spoken. Verses 9 through 10a. In that day they will say, surely this is our God. We trust in him, and he saved us. This is the Lord, we trusted in him. Let us rejoice and be glad in his salvation. The hand of the Lord will rest on this mountain. Thank you so very much for watching and listening. And remember, every Sunday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, I release an audio for the upcoming Sunday school lesson. Thank you so much for all that you do to help this channel grow one viewer and one subscriber at a time. Stay safe and may God bless. A brief summary. Isaiah was both a prophet and a psalmist. He followed the prophecy of judgment, chapter 24, verses 14 through 16, and verse 23, with songs of joyful praise. In chapter 25, Isaiah foresees the great feast that God would prepare for all people, his faithful people comprised of both Jews and Gentiles. God will swallow up death in victory and wipe away the tears from all faces. In this context, Moab, verse 10, typifies all the enemies of God and his people. Chapter 25 continues with the theme of judgment and speaks of the Lord's actions in turning cities into ruins and silencing the uproar of foreigners. However, amidst judgment, there is praise for Yahweh's wonderful deeds. The chapter highlights Yahweh as a refuge for the poor, offering hope to all peoples. It speaks of God swallowing up death forever and wiping away tears from all faces. The passage portrays fierce judgment on the ruthless while promising a banquet of abundance for all peoples. The feast on the mountain symbolizes God's victory over evil and promises salvation, rejoicing, and the removal of disgrace. The mention of Moab being trampled down echoes historical conflicts and serves as a metaphor for God's triumph. This passage beautifully intertwines divine judgment, hope, and redemption, a timeless message that resonates across history and faith.